Hey guys, Games for Life here, and in today's video I'm gonna show you why I stopped using rovers in caves. So as we all know, cave traversal is a little bit tricky, especially since the last few updates. Cave systems have gotten much more detailed, and it's getting really hard to traverse them. It's extremely annoying to do it on foot, because you have to keep bringing out your terrain tool and dig ramps to go on. So most people just use rovers, but that's not so great either. Let me show you. So this is what driving a normal rover is like in the caves. I've already almost flipped. Yeah, so this is not going well. There's no way I can get through there without getting out and actually building a ramp for it or whatever. So that's pretty hard to do. It's not efficient at all. One solution would be a road building rover, which has a drill and a paver and some soil, of course. Now with this you can create roads wherever you go, just like that, which makes it much easier. However, oh, we've got no power on it. Let's get some power. You also need that, rovers. So this is much easier, as you can see, but still not that great. The first thing you might notice is we've got significantly less storage space because the whole front of it is taken up, and we need at least one space for soil. So that almost halves the storing capacity of a rover. Now you can have a rover terrain, but going into the caves with that, that's not gonna be too well. If you don't know what I'm talking about, a rover terrain are 4 rovers linked to each other. That's gonna be real hard to maneuver in the caves. And another thing with this rover, it's painfully slow. So you can see this is the normal speed you drive your rover at, but as soon as you turn on, oops, I just got out. Let me get back in. Get back in there. As soon as you turn on the road building aspect of it, it starts being so slow. I'm not gonna lie to you guys, it's literally painfully slow. So rovers are just not gonna cut it in caves anymore. That's why we have this train system you can see in the background here, which goes throughout the caves and takes us to a few key spots in our caves, like auto extractors and other resources that are very relevant to our base right now. So I'll get on the train and show you guys around a little bit, and I'll also show you the efficiency of the train, how much storage space you've got on it with 5 carts behind the rail car, and all the things you can do with it. So here we are, this is our train, which goes deep into the caves. We've got tons of utility on it, like a research chamber, a smelting furnace, some medium canisters, and a lot of storage space. You can already see this is so much better than just a rover or even 2 rovers. It's much faster, and the rail actually carries power with it. So anything you put on the train will just have the power you have in your base. That's why we can use a research chamber, a smelter, and whatever else we want on here. Now the maximum length for a train is 6, so you can have 1 rail engine, like this one, and 5 rail carts. You can even place large storages on each cart and have even more storage space, but I've wanted to include a smelting furnace and the research chamber just to show you guys the utility of it, because obviously it's really hard to include that on a rover when you go into the caves. So I'll hop on the train and I'll take you guys into the caves, but stay tuned because later on I'm gonna take you guys on the roller coaster too, which I've built in the last episode. So let's go ahead. And down we go. This road actually goes to the center, so I'm probably gonna build a railway to the center of the planet soon. Stay tuned for that also. And if you actually want to see how I built this entire rail system, then go check out the playlist that will appear on screen right now. That's the train system playlist. Every train related video I've ever done will be there. So we've got an auto extractor right here on the left. We'll never forget about it because it's right next to our train track. So every time we pass through here, we'll see it. This rail also passes by a couple of other notable resources. We might actually place some auto extractors on those as well, like the quartz you've just seen. And there's also a ton of research items lying around the cave here. So here we've got another auto extractor, gathering laterite. It's actually full, so we'll take that when we come back. And it's actually pretty easy to build a railway system like this one. It takes very few resources. And the rails also bring power, as I've mentioned before, but they also bring oxygen. So it's gonna be really easy to keep placing them and moving forward. It's sort of like tethers. And this is the end of the track. We've got no train station here because I'm planning on expanding this track in the future, maybe go deeper into the caves a little bit. So we've got some more resources over on this side, and we can also go down there. And to turn around, we simply take the rail cart or excuse me, the rail engine, and put it on the other side. Oops, I just fell. Yeah. You can see how treacherous caves really are. As soon as I got out of the train, I just fell immediately. So yeah, definitely safer to stay on the train at all times, especially while it's moving. Now we can also have the train go backwards, but I don't really like that, so we'll move forward like this. And actually, let's stop over here. I'll get out, try not to fall to my death somewhere. And I'm gonna get this research item. I'm gonna place it right there, and it should start going right away. So you can gather bytes while doing other stuff in the caves, which we really couldn't do with a rover if you think about it. So the train is much more utility focused. And I would say it's also faster because you don't have to worry about all the obstacles in your way. Now let's get that laterite from over here. I'll stop the train right here. Oh, and because the train tracks also carry power, setting up auto extractors is extremely easy. All you need is a couple extenders, you connect them to the rail system, and your auto extractor has all the power from your base. Each and every one of these rail posts has 2 cable plugs, so it's gonna be extremely easy to plug anything in. You can have lights around them, you can have auto extractors and that sort of stuff. So let's get an empty canister from here. We'll take the full one. Oops, didn't mean to do that. Did not mean to do that. Let's actually toggle this. And let's put the new canister in place, disable output, and there we go. So now we've got the laterite. And the smelter will start, and the smelter will start doing its job right away, smelting it, and then it's gonna place it in this other resource canister. And the train also has interconnectivity between its carts, so the smelter can actually take laterite from any other cart and place the aluminum on every other cart, which essentially makes it the best way to gather resources and smelt them right away. So we get laterite off of here and we'll get aluminum into this other one. So by the time we're out of the cave, we'll already have our resources smelted. This takes less space and is time efficient. And I fell again. Yeah, so that's why I'm using trains, because I'm unable to stay on my feet for any prolonged period of time. If you have the same issue, then please just build a train for yourself. Okay, now I'll get out of the caves and I'll show you the roller coaster for the last part of this video. I've built it in the last video, as I've mentioned before, but it's so cool, I've got to show it to you guys another time. So I'll see you up there. So here we are, we're out of the caves. Now we can disconnect the rail engine from the other carts. I'll place it down here for now. And you can see everything on the train still functions because it's connected to the rail. So you don't actually need to have a rail engine connected to your train for everything that's on it to function normally. So this is basically like an extension of your base. It's like a portable part of your base that you can take around railways. And that's what makes it especially useful in caves, but also above ground, as you're about to see. I'll take the engine and place it over here, facing this way. And here we've got a couple of junctions. So if we take a right, over here we'll go into the caves, but if we take a left, we'll go over this mountain. Now at this junction, if we take a right, we'll go right back to our base with the train station over there. But if we take a left, that's where the roller coaster is. So let's go ahead and get on that roller coaster. Now this is really amazing, I actually like this a lot. It's not the first roller coaster I've built in Astroneer, but it's definitely the best one so far. If you guys want me to, I'm probably gonna build some more. So definitely let me know down in the comments if you would like to see that. If you take a look into the playlist I've mentioned earlier, the train system playlist, you can also see me building this roller coaster and another roller coaster on Calidor. It's pretty short, I know, but I'm gonna be expanding it in the future before building a new one. And this is actually pretty fun, and it gives off a real sense of speed. So going through here actually feels fast. Alright, and this is where it ends. If we get out of it right here, we can see this is the other rail that goes down into the caves where we've been before. So I've already asked you guys in the last video, but please answer me again in the comments below. Would you like me to get these 2 tracks connected over here as well? Or would you want me to have a turn right here and expand the roller coaster onto that other mountainside, like get out of the caves, back above ground and expand the roller coaster. I'm gonna be looking for your comments and I always try to respond to them all. But that's all for today. Don't forget to check out the playlist. I've been Games for Life and I'll see you next time. Cheers, Astroneers!